go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's System Send training for SendOutCards affiliate. For those of you watching on the replay, this was recorded on May 7th, 2020. So welcome, everyone. I'm really excited to share with you guys System Sends, using the System Send package, why you want to use System Sends, and then how to really position them as you sell them. And as we get into this, if you guys have noise, do please mute yourself as we go, because we want a really clear recording if we can. So again, if you've got questions, put them down in the chat. I will be putting this out in the WOW Team replay. So if you're watching this on the replay, if you've got questions along the way, feel free to enter them on Facebook. We will answer them as we go or as you guys watch this on replay. So in SendOutCards, right, we teach this concept of what we call relationship marketing. Relationship marketing is about spending 80% of your time on the relationship and 20% of your time on the marketing. And so if you think about it, building the relationship, the most powerful way to build relationship is your heartfelt cards, right? We are known for helping people act on their promptings and reaching out into kindness. And truly, the best way to do that is through your heartfelt cards. I am a huge heartfelt card sender. I think I've sent 11 today. So I try to go into my system every day and send heartfelt cards. I also believe, though, that system sends are a really important piece of strategy. And if you think about this, as your business grows, as you grow your network, right, you are going to try to be staying in touch with a larger amount of people. Right now, maybe you only have 30 people in your SendOutCard system. If you went and sent one card a day, right, you touch everyone every 30 days. But as you grow your network, I have over 5,000 people in my relationship manager. I know Jordan has over 5,000 people in his relationship manager. And I remember listening to Jordan early on in this business, and he said, you know, you have the people in your network to promote you through SendOutCards. Our job is just to stay in touch with all of those people. So how do you stay in touch with hundreds and even thousands of people over time? We go out, we network, we may meet someone. A lot of you guys are in BNI. You've got someone that's in your BNI chapter and then they leave. And then 3, 4, 5 years pass. Are you still staying in touch with them 3 or 4 years later? And that's where I feel System Sends is a really great fit in. And if you think about it, System Sends, right, we talk about 80-20, and if you think about Promptings Academy, and this is really, for those of you that were at the Promptings Academy, this is really building on my presentation from the Promptings Academy. And if you think about at the Promptings Academy, right, we brought up that slide that said it's, you know, 80% relationship, 20% marketing. And up top, you had like appreciation cards, thank you cards. And then as you went further down, it was like birthday cards, holiday cards, and then keep in touch type cards, and then marketing cards. Well, I don't use System Sends for marketing cards. I use them for building the relationship long term. So you're not going to see me selling in those cards. I'm literally going to pull up my campaigns for you guys today, especially my drip campaigns, because I know many of you asked, what do you write? What do you put in there? Because if you think about it, none of us want to be sold to, right? Raise your hand if you loved being sold to. Anyone? Anyone? Right? One person, Kathy Rickley, but she's just, yeah, she's like, no, I don't want to be sold to. And if you think about it, if you, let's say you're looking for something specific, we're not in COVID-19, your stores are open, maybe you're out looking for a dress for a party, or you're at a department store and you need something specific. You could be at an office product store, and a salesperson comes up to you and says, are you looking for anything in particular? And what do we always say? Nope, I'm just browsing. right? And even if we're there looking for something specific, we say, no, I'm just browsing. And I believe we do that because we don't want to be sold to, right? We don't want people selling to us. I mean, how many of you like to go and buy a car? Anyone? A couple, right? Okay, Sharon likes to buy a car, but most of us don't because we don't like being sold to. I remember when I was 23, I had gone into the Ford dealership. I was looking at Explorers, and literally, I didn't think I could get out of there. I mean, they kept like, no, wait, my manager wants to talk to you. Wait, we've got another offer. I really wasn't planning on buying at all, and I ended up not buying, but it was that pressure, right? It made me never want to go car shopping by myself again in my life. And so none of us want to be sold to, right? And so if you think about that when you're sending out your cards that you try to sell people, they don't do anything. They end up in the trash, right? But cards that make someone feel special, they have an impact. Because if you think about it, Maya Angelou said it best, right? I love her quote. She says, I've learned that people will forget what you say, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you make them feel. And if you think about that, that's because our life is truly about relationships, right? And if you reach out to someone, just think about it. Let's say someone is reaching out to you and you look at your phone and that person that's calling, all they ever do is call you about trying to sell something, and you're looking at that name saying, do I want to pick it up? And what do? You hit end. You don't pick it up. But what if it's someone calling you that always when you talk to them makes you feel happy and they reach out into kindness? What do? If you can, you answer the phone, right? And you want to become that person that when they look at their phone, they say, I want to talk to that person, not, oh yeah, let me ignore their call, right? And so you don't want to be the person always selling. You want to be that person that they say, I love that person. I want to reach out to them. And so your heartfelt cards, again, this is not to replace heartfelt cards as training. Heartfelt cards are number one in our system. But here's where I think system cards become a really great strategy. First, as I mentioned early on, it allows you to effectively communicate with a large group of people. As you build your network, it allows you to stay in touch with people that you've met 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago that maybe you met a couple times networking, maybe you showed them send out cards, maybe you didn't, you had a one-on-one, but are you maintaining that relationship and maintaining it more than just on social media? Because for those of you that have a large social media, I have 4,911 friends. I don't see everyone's feed. I don't know what's going on with everyone because Facebook doesn't show me everyone, right? So again, how do you stay in touch with these people long term? 2, system sends are a huge time saver, right? If you want to reach out to a group, yes, you're spending some money for your system sends. Unlike if you're on the 97, you get unlimited heartfelt cards. But I literally sent 11 cards out to the run to manager. Everyone was a heartfelt card. How much time did that take me to send those 11 cards? It took me an hour today to send those. Okay, because I had to add addresses. Had I done a system card, how long would it have taken me to do the same? Right? And so you've got to weigh what your time is worth. Where does it make sense to do a system because you need to save that time? And where does it make sense to do more of a heartfelt? I did a heartfelt because we have 47 people that have joined a program, 46. I make 47 that are stepping out of their comfort zone, and I wanted each of them to receive a very unique message. So for me, it was important to take that time and do the heartfelt card. Recently, I reached out to all my clients through this COVID-19. I sent out 79 cards, and instead of sending each one, I decided to save myself a ton of time and do that as a system send. So does that make sense that your time in this business is worth money? And so sometimes a system send makes more sense than doing 79 heartfelt cards. Again, heartfelt cards are still going to be more powerful, but if everyone, you're looking at the same message. So what is your time worth? So filling in with those system sends makes a lot of sense. And then 3, it helps you create a consistent follow-up plan, right? We talked about meeting someone network. How do you stay in touch long-term with them? System sends to me is that lifesaver. And I think I mentioned this before. Again, these system sends are not about selling people. They're about making them special. And so we also should be doing, right, what we want our customers doing inside. Are you sending your new customers a thank you card for when they join SendOutCards, right? Do you teach your customers to send a thank you card to their customers when they sign up a new customer? If you are and you're not sending them a thank you, you're sending a very mixed message, right? We are the example here. And so I do for thank you cards to my customers, to my new affiliates, those all become system sends because I use a multiple touch strategy to drip on them throughout that first year, and then I fill in with my heartfelt cards. So there's 3 types of system sends and send out cards. I'm getting ready to share my screen with you guys. The first is what we call group sends. That's a card you create that you send to a group of people. The second is a scheduled send. That's something that you can schedule in advance. That's what I primarily use with my birthday cards and half birthday cards. And then what we call the multiple touch drip campaigns, where literally when you hit send, you can schedule, 3, 5, 10 cards over the next year to that person. So let's start with group send because I think that, in my opinion, is where most people start. I feel like it's one of the most popular areas. So I'm in my send out cards and I'm going to go up here to campaigns. Now, if you don't see campaigns, it's because you are not on a subscription, right? If you are on a basic account, you do not have the campaign feature, you do not have the relationship feature, and you also cannot add a system send package, which I'll explain in a little bit what that is, without being on a subscription. As affiliates, we all really want to be on the 97 subscription because that, again, gives us an unlimited heartfelt prompting cards. So a couple places that I've used group sends. I mentioned my recent card out to my clients. So I'm going to pull this up. This is what I called my Q1 2020 client card. And I will tell you, in times in my business, I have been really good about sending my customers a quarterly card, and sometimes I haven't. So what I've decided, and I've already got it on my calendar because I did learn that if you're going to do things, you need to schedule it. And so my strategy going forward is to send my customers 3 unique cards a year. One will be in the March-April timeframe. It'll be a spring type card. One will be a July card. It could be a summer card. It could be a 4th of July. It could be a, if you're in Canada, it could be, Canada Day, or it could be a Christmas July. And then the third card they'll all get in the year is where I'm looking at doing a Thanksgiving card, more of a gratitude card. Last year I did do Christmas cards. I didn't get a lot of feedback, even though I was early in the Christmas season. I do believe they get inundated. And so when I'm sending these out, any of my customers who have spent money with me in the previous, so I'll go back to when I sent this one, and any customer that has spent money with me, they're going to get the card. This one, I chose to do brownies. I don't always add a gift, so you guys know. A lot of times it's the card, and it's something that I'm just reaching out so my customers are consistently hearing from me. And so this one was the hanging at home word search. This actually went out to my customers, my active customers, and my active frontline affiliates. Frontline, but I mean by being personally sponsored. And so it was just a simple card. One of the great things about system cards is this first name here, and we'll go into a card in a little bit, and you can insert first name, and it literally will put in the first name of the person. And this was just as simple. I thought you might enjoy a quarantine survival kit, brownies in case you run out of snacks, word search in case you need something to do, and just for fun, text/message me the first word you find. I'd love to hear from you. Take care and be safe. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you and I appreciate you, right? And I did have several of them come back and tell me the word that they shared. I also make sure I do branding. This one's on side because of how it prints. And on my branding, I always have my phone number. I always have my SendOutCards website, and I always have my email. I know a lot of you guys don't put that in your branding. I personally think it's important because I want it. If someone wants to reach out to me, I want to make it very simple for them to find my contact information. So for me, that is always in that info. So that's an example of a group send. Another example of a group send is an invite, right? And so it could be a personal invite. This was a wedding shower. We actually had to move my nephew and his fiance were getting married in July or June, but now it's been moved. Hold on, my computer and internet has been a little slow. So I did a bridal shower. I used the SendOutCards system. I've also done invites. Let me see if I can pull this back up. Bear with me, you guys. I've had some internet going on and happenings today. Let me let that load. Questions to you guys on any of that on the group sends?
So we have one. Eric wanted to know, I don't know if that's Eric or if that's somebody else that's white. Anyway, okay. So do you set up a drip campaign for those that are on a free account?
Yes, I do, Eric, and I'm going to show you guys what I add because you never know when something changes in someone's life that they upgrade that account. So I definitely do on that. And I have two different, if they're on a free account, if they've actually spent money versus if they've just done a gift account walkthrough. I'll share with you guys what I do. Let me see if I can get, okay, I've got the campaign. So let me go back in and share. So this was just a simple invite. I did make the front of this Canva as I couldn't find exactly what I wanted. But then on the back, I added the information about the event. And so that was one. Another invite. I've also done invites for like the Promptings Academy, the last one we had, the last live one. I will tell you guys, this of anything I do is more of a marketing card. It's probably one of the cards that I've gotten the least response about because like, if you got that card, would you keep it? Right? It's just, yeah, we'd probably throw it away. Great. If I can go to the event, great. Versus something else that is a little bit more about them. Right? So that's kind of the different. So that's really group sends. Any other questions? Oh, I do have one more group send. So the other big group sends where I use them is on holiday cards. And so this was my 2019 holiday card. I used a 3-panel this year because a flat card, a 2-panel, and a 3-panel card are all the same. This goes out to family and friends. It did go out to my clients. I'll probably do more of a gratitude and just showing some things about Steve and my year. We traveled a lot, and so I wanted to send that out. But I do love doing holiday cards. I will always do a Christmas card. I did miss one year. Long story, last year when I got married, but I will do Christmas cards but I will start doing more of a Thanksgiving card for my clients. So before we jump into the any other questions on the group sends and how to use those? Okay.
Dee just wants to know if that beach picture was hers, was her beach. Dia?
Oh, yes, Dia on the back of the card. Yes, it is. Yeah, Dia took me there. That one picture is at Brighton Beach with the bathing houses or the bathhouses. Yep, when we were in Australia last year. The other thing is, so if you think about selling a system package for group sends, these system package are really great at the holidays, right? If you think about people sending typically Christmas cards, but season greetings, Thanksgiving cards, New Year's cards, that system send package works really well because to someone, if they've got 100 people on their list, do they literally want to go in and create every card? Most people want to be able to just go in, create the card once, and send it out to an entire group. That was one of the reasons that I got involved in SendOutCards originally, was System Sends, because at that point I was sending about 150 Christmas cards a year, and I was like, this is going to make my life so much easier, because I was the girl who used to order them, but I would forget to order them. So to be about December 15th, I would have to rush them to myself. I would then have to address them all and get them in the mail and hopefully get them there before Christmas. So System Send, right, if you think about holidays or big mailings, great because of the group sends. So the next area is really is scheduled cards. And before I want to go in there, most of you guys know I'm starting to get known for the girl who sends birthday cards and half birthday cards, right? And so many of you may not know why I started sending half birthday cards. So first with the birthday cards, when I came in to send out cards, I decided from the very beginning, and I'm so glad I did, I don't know why I had this thought, that everyone in my database that I had a birthday on, they would get a birthday card from me every year. So from the beginning, I've used campaigns and System Sends in my business. And I would ask people as I add them, I would add birthdays. It was something I wanted to be known for, probably because I love birthdays. I love celebrating my birthday. And I wanted to make other people feel special on their birthdays. I was horrible about forgetting birthdays in the past. And so literally when I started using SendOutCards back in 2009, even Facebook birthdays back then wasn't a big deal. And Facebook birthdays have become a big deal. But if you think about it, sending a card to someone versus them getting a Facebook message, right? And if you put it on their wall, some of us won't even see it. Like Facebook starts burying them so fast that you can only see about the last 200 messages. So if they have a big network, they may never even see. And I've gotten some messages on my wall that are like these amazing messages, and there's a chance that I might never even seen that. But what if you sent them a card instead? Right? And I've had people tell me, you are the only birthday card I received. I didn't even receive one from my family. Like, it amazes me that people don't get birthday cards. And I don't send it to be the only person they get a birthday card from. But when they think of me, right, and this isn't about me, but when they do think of me, what do they think? Wow, she took the time to stop and think of me, right? My family didn't even do that. And we talk again about if you picked up your phone, right, and you were calling that person, would they look and say, all she ever does is try to sell me? Or, wow, that person cares, let me pick up the phone. And you, again, want to be that person cares. So birthday cards were something just natural for me. I ended up adding half birthdays in because as I built my network, I used to send birthday cards and then I would send everyone a holiday card. Well, as the network grew, the holiday card list got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I will tell you guys, it was a huge chunk at one time in the year. And I'm like, how do I spread out this cost outside of December and maybe not make December as big? The other thing I was running into is if the person had a December birthday, they were getting 2 cards at the same time and then not hearing from me in the rest of the year. And that didn't seem right. And so as I was thinking about this, how am I going to solve this? The idea of a half birthday just made sense because now they're going to get 2 cards from me. They're going to be perfectly 6 months apart. So every 6 months, even if I never send them a heartfelt card, right, because they've been in my database for years, maybe if I've lost touch with that person, they're still going to hear from me twice a year. And the other thing, half birthdays, it's very unique. It's very different. So how do you differentiate yourself in the marketplace? And I'm telling you, very few people are doing half birthdays. So if you want to take the idea and run with it, feel free because it's unique, it's different, and people remember. And again, you want to build that relationship. You want to make people feel special. And so because I send now, so when I started my birthday list, right, remember I've been in SendOutCards almost 11 years, you know, I might have had 10 to 15 people on my birthday card, 20 people. Now my list is growing it's about 100 to 150 a month. And so I do use System Sends for this, because if I sat down and did a unique birthday card for everyone, those would be the only cards I would send. And so I would like to send heartfelt as different. So I use System Sends for birthday cards. And so I'm going to pull up the ones from last year, just in case some of you guys haven't gotten your half birthday cards yet. I don't want you to see it. But I do a male and a female. So here is the male campaign. And one of the things I do is in these, I want to make them somewhat unique. And since I'm using a campaign, everyone's going to get the same card unless I go in, and there's a few people that I go in and do a heartfelt card for. So I want to make the card unique. And so what I did is I went and found images on Canva and saved those free images and used that as my front of my card, because when you do, you can actually put their first name on the front of the card. And so you'll see the first name underlined. And so when this prints, and this is my birthday mail, and it goes to a gentleman, it's going to say Bob or Tom or Jerry or Philip, whatever his name is, it's going to print on the card. And I like that because it makes it very unique. On the inside, I just put a fun picture of Steve and me, and you'll see it's a cupcake, and I'm like, cupcakes are muffins that believe in miracles. Kind of funny. And then just simply, again, their name, happy birthday, cheers to you. We hope you have an amazing day and that your year ahead is filled with many more miracles, or with many miracles. We're celebrating today and every day, wishing you much joy and happiness and laughter. And if you guys like these ideas, feel free to take pictures of the screen. You have it on replay as well. And so that's the birthday card, right? And I can use that for any man. And then the half birthday card, again, has their first name. Who thinks this looks like Jordan? I kind of think it does up there. Up there, I don't know if he's still on laughing. But again, it's their first name. And then I shared a story about my mom and how she would send half birthday cards. I will tell you, I've done that for 2 years. Going forward, I don't include the mom story. It's a card from Steve and I, and it's a little bit different just because I'm trying to change it up each year. So it's a half birthday card. And again, on this one, this is a tradition my mom started with my niece and nephew that now I carry on in her honor. You're an amazing and unique individual that should be celebrated more than once a year. I hope you have a fabulous day, and thank you for allowing me to remember her. And so one of the things right now in the system with the half birthdays is I decided to do this before I realized the system is when I send this, I literally will have to schedule this card with the date. Now remember, I'm sending anywhere from 3 to 10 birthday cards a day. I come in twice a week into my system. So if I was sending this to someone, and I can come in here and I can change the send delay. This is the only thing that makes this one hard right now. But let's say if their birthday is April, what month are we in? Let's say their birthday is May 12th. So their half birthday would be November 12th. So I would set this for November 5th, right? And this I do immediate because of how and when I send them. And so that one's scheduled. I have to hit submit. And then I'm just going to go in and send order. And then I can select my order and I can go in. Oops. Why won't it let me create it? Oh, select all. There we go. That would help if I hit my button right. And then it's going to pull up, and then I can add my recipients into that. And so I also have a birthday female campaign. So that is one of the only things on half birthdays. I do have to go and schedule those. But again, you could schedule a group, and Janet's got hers up right there. So any questions on that one? I know that one's a little.
Oh, Callie?
Yeah.
On the half birthday ones, you don't just put in send for birthday and then say, oh, no, you can't do
6
that.
months after birthday, unfortunately.
You can't do that. Oh, crap. That's right. Okay, never mind.
I've been asking for that. So yeah, when that comes back, you will be able to do it. So that one does take a little bit. So you may want to do it a little differently. But
Callie, can't you use weeks? Isn't it like 30? Can't you do 26 weeks? Like,
but I don't think you do it after birthday, can you?
after immediate. It's after the immediate card send, isn't it?
You're right. You're right. I could do immediate, and then I also could do so many days, 180 days after immediate, or 182 days. You're right. I could do it that way. I think
So,
you guys just saved me a lot of time.
yeah, anything to save time.
Right. So
you do it gets sent immediate, or is it immediate on the birthday?
yeah, I use immediate on the birthday because I come in here a couple times a week and send them. If I was birthday, because I'm changing that date, but you're right, I could go in here now and I have that one as immediate. Let me go back and view my parent campaign. I could edit this and hit send delay advanced option, and I could send literally 6 months, right?
Yep.
After immediate. Oh my gosh, you guys just saved my life. On time.
Can I ask a question, Callie? Can you hear me? Yeah. Look, because I've never sent any of this. This is why I'm here, because I really want to start doing this. Every year then, this might sound like a dumb question, but there's no dumb questions, right? Every year you have that group of people, whether it's 50 or 5,000 or whatever you've got, and you create a new card, and then you load them up with that card, do you? Is that how that works?
Right. So every year in late December, I create a new birthday campaign for the following year. So, example, right? So you'll notice right here on the title, this is my birthday mail 2019.
Yeah.
If I go back into the campaigns, right here you'll see birthday mail 2020, birthday mail female 2020. Here is 2019. Let me see if I can find somewhere in here is probably one more back. Somewhere in here, right here is my 2018.
Do a search by the year.
Oh yeah, so there's my
in your search.
So that's answered a big question, because I keep thinking, how do you get on sending the same card every year? So that now makes sense to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, I don't do the same card every year. I come back in.
Sure, that's what's okay. Thank you.
Dia, I owe you a cup of coffee or something. Just made my life easier. Other questions on that?
Yes, I have one. I started typing and I just decided I'll just go ahead and talk. So since you created in December, when you add a new person to your tribe, whether it's a customer, whether it's an affiliate, whatever, do you then input their card information at that time? Or how do you get that since you've already created that? Maybe
Right.
I'm missing the concept.
Campaign, but I can add someone to it at any time. So I send my birthday cards. I go in twice a week and send the next 3 to 4 days. Again, remember you guys, I have about 150 I'm sending. And I'm also looking at those because some of them I'll pull out and do a heartfelt card instead. So I'll literally, what I do is I go into the relationship manager. If you've got I'll go into my relationship manager and I'm going to pull up all my birthdays from May 1st to May 31st. And then I actually export them out into an Excel spreadsheet, and then I can sort them by date and I can go through them and say, okay, these are men, these are female. This is who I'm going to send to. But so if I added you, Therese, and your birthday was in June, I'm not going to send it until I send my June cards. Does that make sense?
Perfect. It does. Thank you.
Okay. So other things, scheduled is great. Also, if you're working with someone who wants to do holiday cards, but they don't want, maybe they're in retail and November and December is their busiest time. So you literally could help them in October create all of their holiday cards and schedule them to mail on a certain date. So scheduling is a great way in the system. Let me see if I had anything else. So question is, and I'm telling you guys, so does this work? So one of my stories from last year is I met a gentleman by the name of Bobby Lemaire in 2016. He came and visited my networking group a couple times. We sat down for a one-on-one. He asked about SendOutCards, and I showed it to him. I added him into my relationship manager, and I added him my birthday. Well, actually, we met in 2015. He never came back to the group. We were Facebook friends. He never showed up in my feed. And since 2016, all I have done is send him birthday cards. I didn't send him Christmas cards. I didn't send him anything, just birthday cards. In 2018, I started the half birthday card. And last year at his birthday in October, he messages me and he says, I just got your birthday card. I'm really interested in using this in my business. So when I met him, he was a sales rep for a company. Now he's actually CEO of his own company, of a lighting company. And he's like, I want you to come in, and I want you to meet with me, but I also want you to meet with the CEO of another company that we partner with. And so I went in there, and off the one birthday card, it was that cupcake birthday card, they both signed up as 97 customers, right? Unlimited. And they both added a system package. And literally I was there with them. This was back in October. It was during the World Series, right? As they were going. I was in their office in less than an hour, and he said, are we the easiest sale you've ever had? And I looked at him and said, you were the one who called me. That's all I said. And he laughed. Because again, right, had I not stayed in touch with Bobby through the SendOutCards from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I wouldn't have gotten that sale, right? And if you think about it, they're both still on a 97 a month, right? And they're customers. So that's almost $20, right? $19.60 in commissions every month times 2. So almost $40. And they do send gifts here and there. And if I was an affiliate, that was a $140 bonus times 2, $280. As a senior executive, right, that bonus goes up to $330. Did you know at manager it's $240 for those of you in the run to manager? So that's why we want to get you to manager as well. So times that by 2, right? Was it worth me sending him a birthday card for $1, $1.31 now plus 55 cents? $1.86 every year, and so I'm sending them 2 cards. So for under $4, was it worth it? Right? That's the power of staying in touch with your network over the long period of time. And if you set it up now while your business isn't as busy, it will grow with your business. And that's part of the power of this, right? And I have people comment all the time. I am very fortunate in my business that people come back to me and say, okay, I'm ready. And it's because I've dripped on them. And again, I believe in using these cards, right, the system cards, to stay in touch over the long term. And then I fill in with heartfelt cards. Do they get heartfelt cards from me? All the time now, right? They just got that customer card, but I had lost the relationship. But in SendOutCards, if you use System Sends and you build the birthdays in with every contact, you won't lose that relationship. The only way you lose that relationship is maybe they moved and for some reason you can't get a hold of them again. But if they stay, you're still touching them every year. And I think for the money we spend to go network and sponsor events and do this and that, if you don't follow up in the long term, you're just throwing away. And Jordan, I don't know if you're at a place where you can come on. I remember hearing you say at one point when I was in this business that if you have like a large database in SendOutCards, right, you could get to Eagle based on the relationships you already have. Do you know what the saying I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if you take a look at all the emails that you've ever sent out since you started using your email account. So if you go in there and look at all the email addresses, there are thousands, most likely for most of you. And if you could even blast it in this case, because there's so many, you'd have to ask somebody how to do it. There's a way to do it where you could send an email to everybody that's in there. And just to update tell them you're updating your contact manager and you'd love to get their mailing address. And you'll get, for every 1,000, you'll probably get at least 100 to 200. That would be probably minimum 100 for every 1,000. Because these are people that you know. You might already have some of them in your CRM already in there in your relationship manager, but you'll get some. And here's the thing: if you've got 350, it's around 350 in your CRM, you've got everybody you need to build you could probably build all the way to Eagle just with that. Because out of 300, if you think about it, out of 350, there's probably 40 to 60 personally that you could sign up. And then if you do a good job of finding the ones that are serious and working through those organizations, it's just about, Joe Girard is the guy that wrote How to Sell Anything to Anyone. And he says in his book, he has a whole chapter in his book that says every person knows at least 250 people that would attend their wedding or go to their funeral. Every person knows at least 250 people. So if you get, say, 350 people in there and multiply that times 250, because everybody knows 250. If you take 350 and multiply it by 250, I don't know how many that is, but it's thousands and thousands. And so you could work with a list of 350. And if you do a good job of building relationships with as many of those people as possible, you won't be able to build a relationship with everyone, but with as many as possible using the system. This is what I did. I started with 350 and today I've got 5,000 because I keep meeting new people, but that's where it starts. A lot of the people, I would say, a third of the people that I have in my CRM, my relationship manager, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager. For every person, about a third of the people that I have in there are people that are or underneath the people that I've personally signed up. So they're people that I've done Zooms with. I've gotten their addresses, put them in, and sent them a card. Yeah, Callie's an example of that. There's a lot of people that that have become high profile and send out cards that are people that I did not sign up. And so, you can work through your organization once you get your base set up, your personally sponsored affiliate signed up. So 350 is a good number to start with. And if you've already got 350, then work on doubling it. I'm sure a few of you already have 300. Raise your hand, just go like this if you've already got 350 people in your contact manager. Okay, so about half of you. And so the rest of you, you probably know more than 350 because if you go in again, there's a lot of people you don't know who they are that you've exchanged emails with, and a lot of them obviously are companies and things like that. But if you were to blast something out and just say hi, say something nice, don't sell them anything at all, but just say something nice and you can make a general message and just say, I'm updating my contact manager. I'd love to get your mailing address, and see what comes back. And then then one at a time, put them in and send them a card. And that's where it starts. And that's how the relationship starts. What's that?
And typically that first card's a heartfelt card, right? Because
right. I've only done this one time, and it was back in 2004. I sent it to over 1,000 people and got a whole bunch back. And I just did one at a time. I put them in, sent them a card, put them in, sent them a card, put them in, sent them a card. And by the way, 100% of my contacts I put in myself, one at a time, over 15 years. So I've put in 5,000 people, approximately. It might be a little over that now, but pretty close. I've put in 5,000 people, one at a time, and the first thing I do after I put them in is send them a card. And some of them are system sends, like Callie's been showing you, where I've already got them put in there. Think about this. Think about the possibility of this. You could do this through LinkedIn as well, but you'd probably have to do it one at a time if you're on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn, but it's a powerful tool because everybody in there has businesses. But if you were to connect with people on LinkedIn and ask them for their mailing address, and because you want to mail them a book, and spend $4 and send them Cody's book just as a gift, you'll get people to sign up as customers and referral partners, affiliates rather, just doing that. Just one at a time, send them the book, spend $4, figure out what your budget is, $4 a week, $8 a week, $10 or $12 a week, how many books you want to send out a week. Send them to people that you don't know, but you don't know them very well. So that would be an idea that could really be powerful for you.
Yeah. And so I will tell you, Jordan, a lot of what I've done with System Sense is what I learned from you, because you told me and I think it was in one of your calls, was you have the contacts to build your business. Just most of us aren't good at staying in touch with those contacts long term.
Right. You do have you have all the contacts you need already. Every one of you have enough people already that you know or that know you to build a very, very large, successful network marketing business. But it's a matter of connecting with those people that you know, but you really don't know them that well.
Right.
So
Nurturing your relationships over the long time. I mean, how
Yeah.
many people have you, I don't know if she's on here, Wendy Blomseth was one of she was early on in my business. I met her, I've been in SendOutCards 10 and a half years. I met her 10 years ago and literally have dripped on her with birthday cards, just staying in touch. And she just joined as affiliate a month ago.
Awesome. I'll tell you a quick story, something that came to fruition today. 1.5 years ago, I got rerouted. I was trying to get to Chicago by a particular time, and I had given up. I got stuck in, I was trying to get to Chicago, and I got stuck somewhere and ended up having to reroute. Oh, I was in Phoenix, and I ended up having to reroute, and I came up with some creative routing where I had to go through Seattle and then all the way across the country to Chicago. So I ended up on this plane that I wasn't planning on being on, and I like finding an aisle. Hang on really quick. I want to turn this music down so I can talk to you guys.
I was like, I am hearing music back there. Isn't it fun having Jordan? I didn't even know he's going to be on here tonight. So
That's
Okay.
great.
So I'm in Seattle now. I made it from Phoenix to Seattle, so that was like 3 hours. And then I'm going from Seattle to Chicago, which is another 5 hours. So I'm on airplane for 8 hours. Well, I always look for I wait to board on Southwest so I can find a seat where I got plenty of shoulder room because it was going to be a full flight. And there were these two little girls, 8 years old. They were both blonde, and they were sitting in the two seats, one against the window, one in the middle, and the aisle seat was empty. So I sat there, and we were talking. They were talking. They just would not stop talking. Well, it turns out their mother was right in front of me, and they were trying to set me up with their mother. And the first thing they told me is that their mother has cancer. And but they had their little computers, and they would have their little movies that they were watching, but they asked me a million questions, and they introduced me to their mother. And then when we were getting ready to leave, they were pushing so hard. She had 4 kids, single mom, 4 kids with her on this flight. And they were pushing really hard for me to get with their mother. All right. Well, when we were going to get our bags, they realized that we were never going to see each other again. So they were trying to push to get myself and their mom to exchange information. Well, we ended up connecting on Facebook, and I watched her journey through the chemotherapy and all that, and we would communicate periodically on social media. And then what I did, she started posting pictures when she lost all her hair. She started putting pictures with these really colorful wigs, and she had lots of them on social media, probably 10 different wigs that she was wearing on social media. And so I wanted to send her a card with all the pictures of her with her wigs. And so I asked her and at this point we had developed a friendship, but we still had never talked on the phone. We never once talked on the phone or on Zoom. We just were communicating through social media. And so I sent her that card, and she thanked me for it, and that was it. Well, it's been 1.5 years now. Yesterday she went on a 2-mile run. She has no more cancer. She's grown her hair back, and I'm still chatting with her kids, just like through her, on social media, and I see the pictures of them and all that. And so I grabbed one 2 days ago. I grabbed one of the videos from our Sock Pro app that I thought that she would like, and I said, Katrina, I thought of you, and I wanted you to watch this. And I sent it to her, and she sent me a message back saying I'm interested. And today she signed up as a unlimited and an affiliate. And so I'm going to help her get her business going. So yeah, she's busy. She's got 3 children that are physically disabled. One that's confined to a wheelchair. They're young. And 2 of them have, I can't remember, but 2 of them have some type of a physical disability. And so she's single mom, taking care of 3 kids with a disability, just had cancer. And so she's got her hands, and she has a job. and she's got her hands full. So, but she's really excited about her SendOutCards business. But that's somebody that I just met on an airplane, and we built a relationship first. Now, it doesn't have to take a year and a half. I've got many that are much quicker than that. I've got some that are 2 weeks, but that's just an example of somebody that I was just the right time. You know, it was like the right time for me to do it. And I had a prompting, and the prompting was to send her that testimonial video. And it was Michelle Travato.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Yep, Michelle Travato's video, and she was a teacher, and I just watched it. I'm like, Katrina needs to see this, and yeah, and she watched it, and that was it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. So hopefully that helps you guys on why to do this. So last I'm going to go in, and I told you guys this one might go long. I'm going to go into multiple touch drip campaigns, because to me, that's a really powerful way to sell SendOutCards and the system package to people as well. And so I use 3 main drip campaigns. The first one is this called Find Joy in the Journey. And this is my campaign for when I've met someone and I want to continue my relationship with them long term, or maybe I have done a walkthrough with someone, or they sent a card for free. And so Eric, this is to answer your question. If they have not paid for a card yet, I don't put them yet on my customer campaign. I put that on this, it's called my Finding Joy in the Journey, but it's a keep in touch campaign. Typically when I send it now, I send a heartfelt card, and then I come in and I actually go and I can send the order, and I send the 4 cards. You do have to have one that's always immediate, but this one was more for when I was building a Facebook group, but then they get these 4. And so I've got them scheduled out. Oh, that was not where I wanted to go, but we'll go. So they get a heartfelt card immediately. Then 30 days later, they're going to get a card. 90 days later, 180 and 270. So they build on each other a little bit further away. So this one's 30 days. And then after that, 60 days later, they'll get this one. And then 90 days later, they'll get this one. And then another 90 days. And this is one that literally is a keep in touch. And so I'm going to take you guys into the campaign store, but if you notice, this card and this card is part of a campaign store campaigns. And so campaign store, the campaigns are campaigns you can go in and purchase that are pre-designed as drip campaigns for you. One of the things, if you buy a system package, you can download the campaigns in the campaign store for absolutely free. And so I went down, and I'm going to go down to this general right here, and I pulled up this 5-touch campaign, and you will see this one and this Rockstar one is in my campaign. I decided I was sending this to men as well, so I really didn't want the heart campaign. And since I do my birthday and holiday card separate, when I bought this one and loaded it in, and I can show you guys, see it's free, and when I hit buy, it literally comes into my campaigns. Maybe because I already had, right here, you'll see it. Oh, somehow I just bought it twice. And then when I open it, I can delete a card if I want. Like if I go in here and I want to get rid of the heart card, I just delete that card, and I still have the other ones in my campaign. And so that's what I've done on all of mine. So if I go back to campaigns and I come back to this Finding Joy, my first card is just a simple card. I'm going to pull them up so you guys can take pictures if you want, because I cannot share these. So if you build a card from the campaign store, you cannot share them to another user. But simply, there's a quote that says, the goal is not to be successful. The goal is to be valuable. Once you're valuable, instead of chasing success, it'll attract itself to you. So then the inside is all about that I was just thinking about them, wanted to say hi. I saw this quote the other day, and it matters to focus on what's important in life and what are you doing to create value in the lives of others. And my hope is that I'm creating value in your life. So just a simple keeping in touch card. And then my personal back on that one is more what I call my professional back. and created right in the custom brand. The next card is a gratitude card. This is in the card catalog. It's under the Just Because cards, and I liked it. And then just simply a fun picture of me. Love people, love life is one of my mottos. And it just says simple, hi, first name, I'm so grateful to have you in my life and part of my journey. Thank you for being you. And again, my branding. So let me get that if you guys want to take a photo. So again, very simple card. The next one, this is the one I get the most on. This again came out of the campaign. It's the You Rock card. On the left, it's blank. On the right, it just says first name, you're amazing. Don't ever forget it, what a joy you are to this world, and never doubt how truly wonderful you are. You rock. Wishing you happiness, joy, and laughter. And you guys might be thinking, well, do you really believe that? To every person I send this campaign, yes, I do believe that. I believe that message is true because this is someone I want to build a relationship with. There's something about that person that I said, you know what, I want to stay in contact with, or I've shown them send out cards. And I do believe that every single person has rocks. Everyone is unique, right? If you think about there, definitely Cody Bateman speaking through me in that card. And I recently, that card went out to a lady. That card goes out 180 days from when I first scheduled that campaign. And on March 30th, I got a note on Facebook from a lady and said, I just felt the overwhelming need to message you to say thank you. I know you don't know me personally, but you touched my heart today. Thank you for the card. Thank you for the message inside. It was just what I needed to hear today. Thank you for sending me a bit of happiness today after a week of hell. Thank you for helping me to take a deep breath and helping me regain a bit of hope. We are facing great financial struggle with the real possibility of losing our small business in the midst of all this. So Callie, just know that you made me stop for a much needed moment, and I appreciate you so much for that. Crazy how a silly little card made me that happy and put a much needed smile on my face. Thank you again for that. Thank you for being you. I wish you all the best. Right? If you go out and create cards with heartfelt type messages, even if you're using system, they will show up at the right time. I had no idea 6 months earlier when I scheduled this card that she was going to get it on the perfect day. What I do though is act on my promptings, as Jordan was talking about a little bit ago. And I really don't know her. I've never shown her send out cards. We've chatted some. I recently did ask her if she wanted to take a look at it. Haven't heard back, and that's fine. She's got stuff going on in her life, right? But if you have those promptings to reach out and stay in touch, and if I didn't have this campaign, I wasn't at the place, she wasn't showing up in my feed, she wouldn't have gotten a heartfelt card, right? These cards are powerful in the relationships. And so then the last card in this one, so you guys know, is just 270 days, picture of me holding a hope for happiness, again, blank, and then just wishing you happiness, joy today and every day. Just wanted to let you know I was thinking of you, so I thought I'd reach out and say hi, go make today an amazing day. Right? And again, my branding on the back. So again, all of those cards are very heartfelt, uplifting, but I'm using a campaign because there are times when I have so many people now that I don't get back to a heartfelt card on everyone. And then as I see things on social media, as maybe I have a conversation with someone, I'll go in and then send them a heartfelt card. Does that make sense on how to use it? Does that make sense?
Steve had a question. He says, if you're selling this to business owners, if the 80-20 relationship marketing, do you suggest campaigns being heartfelt versus marketing? And just have the marketing being the branding on the back of the card?
Yeah, I always suggest heartfelt, because if you start selling, right, it's 80-20, you can ask for referrals in there. And if you think about Gail, she's done it. Hi, Leslie. I just saw Leslie, another one of my Australia buddies. Yeah, I think the more you keep it heartfelt, the more impact it's going to have, even for our business owners. Again, if you get a card selling you, what do you do with it? You don't keep it. You throw it away. No one wants to be sold to, right? And I believe in a lot like Cody is that you need to earn your referrals. Like when I get every message that says referral, send me a referral, what do? I'm like, the only reason they're reaching out is trying to get me to refer them. They're not reaching out because I'm a human being and they care about me. If we can teach our customers and our business owners to implement this, it will make a positive impact. A lot of times that's hard because we've been taught to market, right? But it's that difference of building a relationship. And when you have the relationship and when people know you, trust you, like you, and remember you, it changes the whole game.
So Callie, I've got a question. So say if I meet somebody and you know, they weren't maybe interested in looking at it, and I put them into that type of campaign drip, okay, and then that basically runs for a year. Then they leave that campaign. That's correct, isn't it? So
Right.
that's finished.
And for me, typically I won't put them on a new campaign unless they sign up as a customer or an affiliate. But they will continue to get birthday and half birthday cards. So the first year, I'm having a heavier impact. And then second, third, fourth, it's typically 2 cards. And again, may fill in with a heartfelt card here or there.
Thank you. That just makes so much sense. This is fantastic training. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So then one other stories on this is I met a lady named Nikki. She's a travel agent. I met her through Facebook. I met her back in October of 2018. We might have met sooner than that, but that's when she went on my list as the date of, she was inquiring about SendOutCards. And I believe she came on my list because I had sent her one of Cody's books, because every once in a while I'll give them away. And so on October 30th, 2018, I showed her SendOutCards. She thought it was cool, but she decided she was going to continue to handwrite cards at that. Over the next 17 months, I sent her 9 system cards and 3 heartfelt cards. So if I wasn't using system cards, right, because here's what it was, she got the 5 drip on the one campaign you guys just saw. She got 2 birthday and a half birthday, and then I believe she got my holiday card. So 9 cards, right? And 3 heartfelt. So I do use it, especially in that first year. And so most of them hit. So on February 28th of this year, she goes in and she signs up on a 97 all by herself. She messaged me, I get the message and see that she signed up. I message her. Within 2 weeks, she told me she was quitting SendOutCards. She didn't like that she couldn't do a group send, and they weren't free. And so I reached out to her right before it was up, told her how to cancel it. Well, she didn't cancel it. I was like, hey, I thought you were canceling it. She's like, no, I've decided to keep it. On April 21st, she becomes an affiliate. No, on April 18th, she becomes an affiliate. On April 21st, we have a conversation about the system send, and that night she bought a system package. And what was going on was the Fast Start 100 bonus that we didn't even know yet was going on. And guess what? I qualified because I've always got stuff in the fire and going on, right? And so Nikki and I, that was the first time we had literally sat down, was that day, because we really talked about using system sends versus heartfelt. She really likes the heartfelt because she likes the free. The system was a hard thing for her to bite off, but she knew the importance of it for her business, right? And so I don't send that 4 drip campaign, 5 drip to everyone. It's those people that I really connect with that say, you know what? I want to stay in touch with them long term. They are someone that I would love to work with. And even if I never work with, there's someone that I would love to build a relationship with, right? I send that to the people that I like, want to get to know. And even if we never did anything together, that's okay, right? That may go, as Jordan was talking, that may go to some downline affiliates as well. But it's those people. Now, would I send one to Crossline? No, really not the intention of that. That's building the relationship. I could if I wanted to, and Crossline might be someone that, you know, like Sharon or Carol to me, they're Crossline. Because there is an intention I have to be careful. There's an intention of using that campaign to build the relationship. I know if I build relationships and solid relationships and take care of them, a certain number of those people are going to inquire and want to come in to send out cards, right? It's still give to give. I just know if I give enough, things will come back. And if I build my relationships and use the system to build relationships, people will join me. Make sense? So then the other ones, so we're running out of time. I knew this was going to be, but I really wanted to go into it, is, so I have 2 more campaigns in here, drip campaigns that I use. So one is, oh, I need to get rid of these things now. Okay, never mind. Hold on, I'll do that later. Ooh, here we go. Delete campaign, delete. Things are in my wrong place. Things just moved around. Okay, so we also have this thank you right here. So this is my 5-card touch to my new customers. So I send them a thank you card. It is a branded SendOutCards. It just says, welcome to SendOutCards. I don't ask them for anything in this. I just thank you them for being a customer, right? And this is someone, if they've done the free card, I don't send them this until they actually spend money. I put them on the other one. This is once they've bought something. And I also send them a copy of the Power of Human Connection book if they don't have it. They get another card 15 days later. That one has SendOutCards helpful hints in it. And then just a simple message that are they having fun, and give me a call. This card also came out of the campaign store. I don't remember which one it came out, but I think it was like an inside sales one. 45 days later, then my cards start becoming relationship. So on the inside, it's what are you thinking about and starting and haven't yet, right? And I also want them thinking about, maybe I've started SendOutCards, but I'm not really using it. How can I help you? The next one goes out 105 days. It's a gratitude card. Again, just telling them they're amazing and I'm grateful to have them in my life. Again, very relationship. The next one, oh, happy day, same happiness picture. Again, I'm just thinking of you, wanted to reach out, wishing you a happy day. Last one down here, follow your dreams. Every great dream begins with a dream or an adventure. And then the bottom is, I was just thinking about you, wanting to reach out, dream big, and let's change the world. So again, very relationship driven on those. And then the other one that I have is my, this one came out of the campaign store. This is under the network marketing. This is my, it says RP, that stood for referral partner, but this is my new affiliate follow-up campaign. So any personal affiliate that I sponsor is going to get 10 cards from me. Remember, as Jordan said, you work through your team. This is my team that I personally sponsored. They're going to get these 10 over the next year. And they're all very motivational. One of them does talk about the Promptings Academy. This one talks about convention. And then the rest of them are just different quotes and sayings. And some have pictures and some don't. So again, I then fill with heartfelt cards through that, but I want my new affiliates to feel that love. I want my new customers to feel that love, especially throughout that first year. Does that make sense to all of you?
Callie, can I just ask, when you said that you swapped the cards out from, you found it in just the ordinary card send, the training on the system, does that teach you how to do that? Like how you find that card and put it amongst your drip campaign, or?
Yeah, so you can go in, yeah, I believe it is in there, but on any one, you can come in here, like if I wanted, so this is the one that I got to delete, but if not, view campaign. So if I go in here and I want to add another card, I just click add card.
Oh, and then you can go and another one. You can just go and find it in the sock area.
Right, yep. So I can do all of that, very easy. If you've sent a card and you want to add it to a campaign, if it's in your, you can actually go into your card history, pull that card and add it to a campaign as well.
Can you mix purchased campaigns?
I haven't figured out how to do that. So no, I keep purchase separate, like each one, I find one and then I keep the cards I want, delete and add the new ones.
Cool, thank you.
Callie, you could probably do that if you sent one of the cards in the campaign and then pulled it in that way.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I haven't tried that. The other thing is you can, so if I have someone that's on the Stay in Touch drip campaign and they've become a customer, I will actually go and cancel any future scheduled cards and then put them on the new campaign, because you can pull someone up in card history and cancel any future cards. Do you guys know how to do that? You want me to show you?
Yes.
Okay, so let me think about okay, so if I go into my account and I go into my card history over here, and I want to pull up, I'm trying to think of someone I recently put on that drip campaign. Oh, I know someone. Let me think of her name. Oh, she just signed up as a gift account. Renee. Okay, so I can come up here and say recipient, and then I can say Renee McEllerin, this lady. And so here's all my cards, right? I just sent her a heartfelt. She's got this one scheduled. But let's say she decides to sign up as a customer. I can then come in and I can select all of these. I can hit cancel. It'll cancel them. And then I can go put her on a new campaign. So I don't let them run like 2 campaigns at once. I delete the one that hasn't finished and put her on the new campaign. Same if I have a customer that upgrades to an affiliate. I'll cancel the rest of the customer cards and then send them the affiliate. Does this help you guys?
Yes, just a quick question.
Yes.
The campaigns that you've done that for, that you've purchased using the System Send package, if you don't renew, do you lose those?
I don't know, because I've never not renewed.
Okay.
How do you like that for honest answer?
No, it's good. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just curious. Kind of have a feeling you don't get them. I don't know. I've never.
Right. I don't think you do, but if you're going to continue to use those, why wouldn't you go back on the System Send package? Because if you think about it, and for those of you that are not familiar with the System Send package, we have the System Send add-on package. It's a $395 fee, and that System Send package is good for 12 months. So if you buy it today on May 7th, you have got it through May 6th next year. With that, you've got 300 system cards included. If you take 300 divided by $395, that's $1.31 plus the stamps. The stamps are separate per card, right? It is the lowest price on system cards that you can get. If you use all 300 System Sends, if you're like me, right, and you use all those before your 12 months is up, every card is now locked into $1.31 right here, all paid cards for the next 12 months. So you don't have to go in and buy another package. You then just use that. You also get unlimited access to all the campaigns in the campaign store, so you can go download every single one you need. And the only other caveat is you need to be on a subscription plan to purchase. Now, if you sell a system package to a personal user, this works a little bit different than commissions. So if you have a personal user, that could be a customer or an affiliate that you personally sponsored, when you sell a system package to them, you make $140 as an affiliate for every single system package you sell to a personal user. As a manager, as long as you're qualified, it's $240 on your personals that you sell. Senior manager, $290, executive, $320, senior executive, $330, Eagle, $335. So you're saying, okay, I'm an affiliate, $140. There's another to $335. There's $195 there, right? And that's where coding comes in. And so as you build to different levels and your organization is coded, you can earn a bonus on every system package sold. So if Kathy Connors, who sells lots of system packages, because she's executive coded to me, she hasn't coded out, she will, I make $30 every time she sells a system package. And Kathy,
I got 3 in the wing.
I love it. I know you're trying to code me out so you can make that 30, but I know you sell a lot of system packages. Anything you want to add on selling them?
Yeah, so, it's all about the conversation that you have with the people. And I don't focus on what I make on something. I focus on what is the best plan for them based on their needs. So for example, I got a, excuse me, I got a call earlier today from a guy in BNI, and he's interested in sending about 1,000 birthday cards. I asked him, I said, so how many, like, if you're going to be sending any thank you cards, are you going to be sending those one-off cards and stuff like that? He's like, no, all I want to use SendOutCards for right now is the birthday cards. And he wants to set it up so he can set it up and forget it through the whole year at once. So I told him, I said, you need to be on the $17 subscription and add the $395 package. Your first 300 cards are included. The next 700, you pay $1.31 plus the stamp for. The first 300, you're still going to pay them for the stamp, but that's the best plan for him based on what he wants to do with it. If I have the opportunity to sit down and strategize with him more, maybe end up moving him up to the $37 package and then the system package. I don't see him necessarily going to the 97, but I haven't had the opportunity to have those types of discussions with him.
Right, but start people where they're at, right? And so part of the question is learning what they're trying to do, right? Are they going to go in and they want to create every card, or do they want to have drip campaigns already set up? I have an inspection company that recently came on. They literally wanted drip campaigns to stay in touch with real estate agents, and they're on the 37 because they see themselves using some heartfelt cards. So it's really finding what's best for them, and knowing that a lot of my users don't add the system package at the start. They may add it later on, right? And so you using it can also give them ideas on how to use it. Okay, so 8:20, I've shown, I think, everything. So other questions? And does this help, even though we haven't talked a lot about selling it, but understanding it better, does this help you guys sell it?
So let's discuss. Wendy's got a customer.
Okay.
And she's on the 97. She's getting the 395 package. She loves the unlimited heartfelt card, but she's frozen and she cannot decide. So Wendy, this is the way I would approach my customer. I would ask them, are you sending at least 45 individual heartfelt cards a month? Those are the thank you cards. You meet with somebody, or you're meeting with 1 to 2 clients a day, and you're sending them a thank you card, which she should be doing, a thank you card for meeting with her, or thank you for a referral. Because the break even for the 97 versus the 17 is a lot more. But the break even between the 97 and the 37 is about 45 cards. If she's going to send 45 cards or more, she's better off staying on the 97. And then the 395 package is going to free up any administrative time that she has for her staff who may be sending individual cards. She should set that 395 up. And that's going to free up that staff person's time to do more productive things than sitting there creating cards.
Right. Can I just say, so what she's considering is after she sends the 300 cards in the 395, and she's got the $17 a month package, will her individual heartfelt cards be charged at $1.31 when she's on the $17 a month?
Yes. You're
plus the stamp.
Yep. If you're on a system package, all paid cards. So if they're on the 17 and they've got a system package, their heartfelt cards will be $1.31 plus the stamp as well.
But they have to have at least the $17 a month to be active in the system.
Correct.
So she's just trying to figure out, everybody is balancing budgets so much right now, and they're trying to figure out how to get the most amount of cards for the least amount of price.
Well, again, if she's sending heartfelt cards, it's still going to be one of her best options.
Melanie, you wanted something to share?
Yeah, but on the system package, they'd have to send it out a day later. They couldn't send it out immediately to get.
So I don't even tell them that. Their heartfelts period are $1.31 plus the stamp. The 300 go toward their system sets. Like that adds a layer of complexity. Melanie, does that make sense? So I'm not. So I don't like adding complexity when explain it. Your heartfelt cards, if you move from the 97 to 17, you got a system package. Your heartfelt cards are now $1.31. You've got 300 system. I don't say, oh, send it the next day so you can use one of your system. You're going to confuse people, and a confused mind says no. That's true, but again, the more information, the more you confuse them, the harder it is for them to make that decision.
Okay.
So can I just ask, because so you've got your 300 cards that you send out, and then you buy another system package. Is that
no? So you can only buy system package one per year.
Okay.
So after you use the 300 cards for the remainder of that 12-month period, you pay $1.31 plus the stamp. So literally, if someone bought one today on May 7th, let's say in 3 months they're sending 100 system cards. In what's May? August. They start doing $1.31. So that goes through May 6th of next year, and then May 7th of next year they'll need to buy another system package.
Right. Thank you.
Yep. Other questions? And Wendy Blomsuff, did that help? Okay. Other questions? Did this help you guys overall? And I know I asked you earlier what you guys were looking out of this. A lot of you about how to sell them. I know we somewhat went into selling, but I think it's the best way to sell them is to understand it, the power of it, right? I don't think most people understand the power of our system Send and the power of what you can do with it to build that network and stay in touch. And that's why I love it. I'm probably one of the biggest users of system Sends, but I'm also a big user of Heartfelt. I believe that in a business that they meld together really well. Cool. So last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, if you think about it, and here's one more thing, when is the last time on social media that you have ever seen someone say, oh my goodness, I just got an email from my real estate agent, my insurance agent, anyone, and it is the best email ever. It made me feel so special, right? Do you ever hear that? Right, you guys are all laughing at me because email and even Facebook messages are a lot like laundry. Even if you get caught up, you're not caught up 5 minutes later, right? Literally, even if you do laundry, the clothes you all have on now are dirty, right? You're never caught up. Same with email. But how often do you see someone post a card and says, oh my gosh, I just got a card from my real estate agent, my insurance agent, or my friend Carol, and she took the time to reach out. And if you learn to create your system cards with a heartfelt, you will see them. If you go through my feed, I get birthday card on the time that people have posted, that You Rock card, right? Because people are not feeling appreciated, they're not feeling loved, and if you can go out and make them feel special, it's all the different. And if you think about this for the business people you're talking to, how many business people do you talk to? If you ask them, do you appreciate your customers? How many of them would they say yes? 100% would say, yes, I appreciate my customers. But if you went to their customers and said, does your real estate agent, your insurance agent, put it in, appreciate you? How many of those customers would say yes? A tiny fraction. And that's where the disconnect is, because the business owner and the salespeople appreciate their customers, but if they don't tell them, that customer doesn't feel appreciated, that customer will not refer them, and that customer may not come back to them. And SendOutCards is the bridge. And using system Sends will help them bridge from going to a salesperson and a business owner who appreciates their customers. SendOutCards is the bridge that allows them to stay in touch with that person, so that person feels appreciated and comes back to them, refers them, and tells others about them. That's the power of what we have in our hands. Yay! That's what I didn't get to say in Promptings Academy, because I ran out of time.
Excellent.
So, cool. Hopefully that helped you guys. I'm going to stop the recording. But
thanks, Callie. Thanks very much.